opportunity to look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Yes, yeah.
It's pretty simple, right? The idea is that we have our physiological needs as the foundation of our psyche, right? Psychologically, our brains are wired to seek those basic physiological needs: food, water, sleep, right?
Yeah.
Then there's the next priority to the brain and our psyche would be to make sure we're safe from the elements, environmental safety, right? And then the third priority up is feeling connected, right? Feeling like we are, as pack animals, that we have something of quality, of worth, that we have something to give.
Sense of belonging, I think he says it
Yep.
is to be.
That
Yeah.
we have a place, that we have that we are lovable. That's the way I describe it, because it's a sense of my lovability. That if you don't feel lovable, you're going to then psychologically devote effort and time to seeking lovability, which is why I believe that dogma became so powerful for you.
Yeah.
Once you have all of these fulfilled, right? And the theory I will be writing about, is that your lovability was waging war with food, which is a primary psychological need. So it's a lesser need fighting against a bigger need, and you just go in big loops, right? And ultimately, you never really fulfill that fourth level, which is self-esteem, direction, the ability to have your thoughts, like what you did in that meeting, saying, I want to say something. That is the fourth. That's amazing. That's a sign of I have confidence. Once you get those lower three, the upper two tiers of that pyramid, which is self-esteem, and then there is what he calls bliss or self-actualization, right?
Actualization, yeah.
Those two are the symptoms of your brain change. So the lower three are fight or flight. Those are connected to actual life and death needs, right? The upper two aren't necessary to survive. Food and water is, shelter, and through evolutionary psychology, we've learned that our likelihood of survival increases with a pack, right? So if those three aren't met, the symptoms of survival you were in, think of how it actually felt like you were going to die.
It did.
Right? Me too.
Yeah.
And how if you don't fulfill the base one, water, sleep, in terms of food, which is one of the most vital psychological necessities, right? In terms of well-being, is, do I have enough? Can I get more? Like, is there an ability for me to get more? And is it safe to eat?
The answer to all three of those questions is perpetually no.
From the diet industry, that's bad for you. That's harmful for you. You can't eat that. That's fattening, right? So they use a lot of fear. You're going to get disease. You're going to get cancer. They use a ton of threat with that in the body image and, with the body image concept, right? If that basic fundamental physiological need is under threat, is it even possible for anybody, even if you feel good in your tribe environment, to get to these other levels? I would agree, because your brain is, through evolution, wired to make sure that you have your fundamental life-sustaining needs met first before anything. So you don't have creativity. You can't access that part of the human element. Creativity is one of the symptoms of someone who is in those upper states of survival, where their survival has been met, and now we have all this room in our brain for oxygen to go to other areas. Curiosity goes up. So the symptoms of that self-actualization and self-esteem is that you're more lenient. You're less likely to be dogmatic or be attracted to dogmatic type of behavior. You're not going to need to be so obsessive compulsive, right? You go from type A introvert to type B social person, because there's no fear, there's no angst. You don't necessarily have to worry about people, right? It's just a completely different way of being.
It is. It is. It was like a different person today. But who's she? Who's she? I never do things like that.
Right? Well, it's an amazing thing to look at it when you look at like the Maslow's research. Like, genius! He had to have gone through this to have created that. Right? Like, there's some level of experience that he's had, that he's witnessed others have, to where he created this kind of, here's how we work as humans psychologically, to be able to differentiate like those survival psychological needs from the actual self-actualization, which is so much different. It's like our culture's so accustomed to being in this fight or flight survival mentality that it doesn't know that a different way of being exists. In fact, people who are in those lower states of survival shame and judge people who are relaxed.
Yeah.
They think being relaxed is risky. Being gracious with people, that's risky business. Right?
It is. Yeah, I can see that because I was there.
Yeah, like you just don't have any motivation or drive. What's wrong with you?
You just don't take anything seriously. You just, you're just having a free ride while we all.
There you go.
Guts out and struggle, and you just.
You're those people who don't have addiction problems and don't have, obsessive compulsive issues. You people aren't like in extreme fear. You're not taking medication. You're not in chronic, depression. What's wrong with you people, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they find too, is this type A perfectionistic, lack of grace, idealistic, dogmatic, this or that state of duality comes with a lot of suffering that they attribute to massive amount of drug addiction in this country, behavioral problems, relationship issues, right? The fact that you're living in a chronic state of fight or flight also can manifest physically. Thyroid problems, adrenal fatigue issues, cancers, all sorts of problems that can occur. Hi you guys, sorry, but if you want to watch the whole video, click the link below, join Patreon, become a patron of Weight Loss Apocalypse, and you're going to get full access to all of my most recent videos. There's more conversation. I'm more actively involved in the conversations, and you're going to get exclusive access to the content of my newest projects, and you'll be able to support getting those projects out there to the public. So hope to see you there.